now our next session, session 4, best practice with for entrepreneur ecosystem. Yes, I believe Amira is there. I believe also will participate with Hela and Tom. Is Tom available?
Professor Tom send us he is available. He want to join the first sessions.
Great.
Can
great.
you come in?
I'm
Dr.
here.
Yes. Can you stop share? Yes. Hi, Professor Tom. How are you? Hi.
Hi, Dr.
Nice to
Anani.
meeting you.
Assalamu
Hi, how are
alaikum.
you?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Apologies for that. Do you want me to go ahead and start, or?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Tom.
so let me share my screen. So, hi, everybody, and apologies for the confusion on my part. And let me make sure I get my slides together. And hopefully you can see that.
Great. Yes, if you can put it in this, yeah, please.
And it's now full screen.
No, it's okay.
So, excellent. So thank you very much for the kind invitation to be with you today. My name is Tom Strodtbeck, and I run the Startup and Enterprise Program, probably the easiest way to say it, at Liverpool John Moores University in Liverpool in the UK. And I also run my own consultancy that I named after myself that is also based in Liverpool. And there's my LinkedIn connection. And so just a little background of what I do and my perspective on ecosystems. So I began my career in entrepreneurship about 20 years ago, but it really took root in 2005, where I became a director with the National Business Incubation Association, which is what it was called then. It's now called the International Innovation Association, I think now. And I developed their training and event programming. So I trained people who ran business incubators, and that ultimately led to me becoming a consultant. And really the interesting consultancy was called Global Growth Hub, which I founded with a partner originally from Egypt, now based in Dubai. And we did a significant amount of work in the GCC, in the United Arab Emirates, in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and Ras Al Khaimah, in Oman, in Saudi Arabia, and so on. And so it was really kind of then when I started thinking pretty deeply about ecosystems, also my work in NBIA, and now with John Moore, some of the research I'm doing in some postgraduate work. And my perspective on ecosystem is shaped by the fact that I've been and worked in a lot of them. So that is a map of the places that I've been able to work, and primarily working with people who run entrepreneurship programs, incubators, accelerators, and the like. If you look at entrepreneurial ecosystems, this might be a chart that you know. It was done by Dan Eisenberg, and it looks at the different structures that entrepreneurial ecosystems are supported in. So you can see there would be potentially, sorry about that, I went too fast. The entrepreneurial ecosystems are made up of policy. So that's government policy relating to how firms are structured and so on, the market, and usually, not always, but it often refers to the home markets. And it's not surprising when you look at like the entrepreneurial ecosystems out there that are really successful, or at least are viewed as successful, they tend to be in places with big home markets, right? So Silicon Valley, Shanghai, and so on. They look at human capital, that's the people, that's education, so on. You look at the support organizations, you look at the financial structures. Usually in Eisenberg's world, that tends to be more private equity and other sources of capital. And finally, you look at the culture of a place and how that culture reflects risk-taking, entrepreneurship in general. And we have all this insight now between startup Blink, which is a organization that does crowdsourcing on activity around startups in an ecosystem. You have the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, and you have the Startup Genome that created a index of startup ecosystems, allow you to compare. So over the years, I've kind of seen how startup ecosystems has shaped entrepreneurship support. And my focus has always been on the two at the bottom, human capital and the support that's available to them, and how that you can help people become more successful entrepreneurs. I think the thing that has changed the most in my career is that the nature of support has changed. So the first business incubator came out of West New York in a town called Batavia, and that's actually it. That's a picture of it. In 1956, 1957, it was largely I would have called it an economic development initiative. It was trying to replace the lost jobs in that great big factory there that was owned by Harvester, a big manufacturer of farm equipment. And about 400,000 square feet, really, really big. And because they couldn't find somebody to replace it, they began to provide space to small and new firms. And that was really the concept that the Harvester Center and the Mancuso Group put in place there. That changed over the years, and it's kind of changed quite a bit now. Incubators were really popular through the 90s into 2000s, but in mid-1990s, you started seeing the emergence of co-working spaces that were light on programs. Incubators tended to provide a lot of support. Co-working did not, but it provided a great place to work. That's actually a place not too far from where I am called Baltic Creative, which is a creative community of co-working spaces, small offices. And then in the mid-2000s, you saw these kind of bigger hubs open, 1871's in Chicago, you probably know it, that provide space, co-working space, but they might do programming as well. Often they'll do things around acceleration. And that was really kind of the last thing that emerged in 2005 with the launch of Y Combinator, the seed accelerators that you might very, very well be familiar with, which supports entrepreneurs by providing them an upfront investment anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 now, and really intense mentoring around product development, product market fit. They do some more stuff. There's other models out there now, but this was kind of the trends, and I kind of got involved in it around the 2005. So as accelerators started to emerge and as incubators kind of struggled with their business model, because you're now competing with this organization that gave people money, and business incubators tended to charge rents, right? So what are you going to do if you're a founder? You're going to go to a place that's going to charge you, you're going to a place that give you $50,000. And so I saw that as kind of changing the way that people supported entrepreneurs. In the early support models, this is fairly anecdotal, by the way, you saw the primary resource being the founders, very founder focused, and really kind of upskilling the founders beyond just the sector that they were working with or coding or things like that. You thought of them more holistically. Whereas the later programs, and you went into Y Combinator and Techstars and the other great accelerators, and they are great, by the way, I think they're excellent programs. The primary resource was capital. And what that meant, in my opinion, and why it relates back to the ecosystems, is that a capital-focused startup is resource-focused. And through those resources, you don't have to develop the founder so much. A startup that raises money, a pre-seed seed round, might move into Series A and start raising more money. And it's not uncommon to see that those startup founders replace the CEOs, and the capital brings in a leader that has led a technology company through scale. And it's a perfectly reasonable strategy, right? It's a meaningful strategy. But in my opinion, it also has an impact on the ecosystem, because the ecosystem does need people in them. It needs founders, and not just needs founders, it needs business leaders, people who build organizations, people who have led companies, that have employed people, that have grown, and that can contribute back to their individual ecosystem. And I'm not sure that the accelerator model does that. It's not a goal of it. Its goal is a liquidity event. The goal is ROI for the people that run the programs. Again, a perfectly reasonable goal. And so that kind of brings me back to where I started. I feel like moving forward, greater focus needs to be placed on human capital, and particularly through the programs that support them, the entrepreneur support organizations, of business incubators, and so on. At John Moores, we think very carefully about this. Part of my job is to instill the following skills into our students, and I think these are very much the entrepreneurial skills that people need no matter what ecosystem they're in. That is planning and problem solving, and I think really kind of the focus, I'm sorry, I went before, the focus I see it as really kind of four areas. I see it as being the strategic areas and being able to think of strategy, to be able to be focused on leadership, focused on how the organization organizes itself and how organizations innovate as they grow and as they see additional increased competition and so on. And I think those skills are really, really critical in the development of entrepreneurs that can contribute back to the ecosystem in which they participate in. So that's the end of my time. I'm sorry I got started a little late, but I want to keep you on time for your event. As Dr. Hanani knows, I used to run events, and timing is everything. So I'm going to stop there. If there's any questions, I'm happy to ask them. These are my contact information. And again, I'm very, very grateful that I can participate on today's program.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Tom, Professor Tom, for your presentation, moving from founder to capital focus into this innovation. Let us move to Hela and Amira. I believe Hela available with us. Hela. All right, Amira.
Hi, hi everyone.
Hi, Amira.
Thank you so much for giving me the floor and for the invitation already. I do have I think 5 minutes because I need to also to run to another meeting, unfortunately. But I'll try my best to share the most that I know. So I'm sharing my presentation.
Please.
So. Yeah. So, are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, if you can put it in
yeah, full screen. Yeah.
Full screen mode.
Yeah.
Great.
Great. So, hello everyone. So, I am Amira. I'm co-founder and CEO of Strodtbeck. And in Strodtbeck, we are an agri-tech company. We focus on irrigation, precision irrigation, and mainly on how to deploy AI in a way that we can sustain the future and produce more, help farmers to produce more. So I don't know if you know this, but today, if we talk about climate change is impacting hugely the agriculture sector. When we talk about Middle East, Africa, and even Europe, and climate change is a big problem that is impacting each country today, and especially when it comes to deciding about the right practices from farmers, it becomes really challenging. Irrigation in itself, if we talk only about irrigation today, irrigation efficiency, it means over irrigation or under irrigation, it costs up farmers today up to 50% of their farmers' profit. So our mission in Strodtbeck is to be able to empower farmers and agribusinesses by providing them with valuable, actionable irrigation recommendations and guarantees the yield at the end of the season. And how we are doing this is mainly through deploying AI. So what we offer is an AI-based solution that helps farmers to increase the yield, protect the soil, and efficiently use the available resources without the need of expensive hardware. So we do it in a sensorless mode. So how we do it in sensorless? Mainly, farmers gonna actually draw their field, gonna specify what kind of crop or variety they do have on the field, and our AI models will be fueled with ultra-local data about the field. So we are able to detect the structure of the soil to up to 2 meters of depth. We use almost the climate data, whether it's about current or forecast data, about agriculture data mainly. We use crop data, and today, we master the water need for more than 40 crop and more than 140 crop varieties. And we do use satellite images to calculate the impact of these practices on the yield, on the health of the plant. And we do use sensors only for AI training, actually. So, we don't charge farmers sensor fees. So, So mainly what we give at the end to the farmer, it's actionable irrigation recommendation. We give them forecast to up 14 days of the upcoming irrigation coming to the yield. So we do prediction, and we enable the low tech to be able also to make this accessible, especially to farmers with no connectivity or low connectivity. So we onboard them through the platform, and we give them, like, we reach them through SMS directly to their phone by giving them daily information and insights about what they should to do and they don't should to do. So we are specialists in irrigation and want to go deeply in what we do, mainly in giving like automatic microfiltering to specify what kind, and this is mainly through the AI and through what we are deploying and we're collecting through the data set today. So how we can deploy variable irrigation rate actually through like detecting the not homogeneous part of the field, and even what we want to do is to reach what we call deficit irrigation, because yet today we are talking about the impact of climate change and how to adapt our practices to climate change. But what we want to talk about and work on almost for the coming years is how to be able to use the available resources and the quantity available of water in order to produce more, even if it's not that enough, and even if we're going to deploy what we call deficit irrigation. So mainly today, like, I mean, we are based in 3 countries. We are active in France, in Tunisia, in Saudi Arabia. We have more than 25 partners around these countries. We work with national and international brands, and we collaborate mainly with technical centers, with research and development laboratories, and also with banks and financial institutions. We have more than 400 paid customers and active users in the platform. We do monitor for overall more than today it's like 2,000 field monitored active monitored on our platform, and we cover more than 25,000 hectares. Our ability is not, I mean, what we do offer today, especially in terms of AI, in terms of data aggregation, we give 2 levels. It's not only about farmers, but also about agribusinesses, about food processors, about seed producers. So at the top level of what we do offer is this data aggregated through our platform in order to give like these industrials and these actors the capability to centralize through the dashboard that we offer, to consolidate this data and give them depth analysis in terms of like of KPIs, key KPIs of performance to tracking, whether it's about like yield, whether it's about like impact of climate change on their produce, and whether it's about like water consumptions and carbon footprint and water footprint. So mainly, like, I mean, today, I mean, compared to last year and this year, by deploying AI and enabling our models, we have been increasing the impact of last year by 10%. So last year we have we are talking about 20% on average of water saving, 25% of more yield. But this year we've increased this by 10%. We are talking about 30% of more of water saving and more than 35% of yield. So what are the main challenges that we had, especially in this sector, which is like a very hard sector, especially in terms of data? So mainly the data, everyone has been talking about the data and the farming data, especially when it comes to crops, the varieties in itself, it's very hard to find. So we've been working a lot on this point. The regulatory hurdles of deploying precision irrigation system, especially among like smallholder farmers, and when it comes to train them on the technology, especially, and when it comes to agri-tech, it's the most like unfunded actually sector. So we've been working a lot on finding, because it's essential for startups today to be able to be supported and to be financially robust. So Love Money was here. We have been looking for VCs, BAs, and grants, but what was like the main important funding that we were looking for is to be able to sustain the business in terms of customers, because they will be the most sustainable source of financing for our company, and this is what we did till today. Main things that were like very very crucial and key for our success is collaboration and networking. Collaboration is actually the cornerstone of a success in agri-tech company when it comes to collaborate with research and development institutions, with technical centers, especially when it comes about data, because we are the tech side, we are the guys who master the tech, and they are the guys who master the knowledge. So if we combine both of these, we can like create, huge things and extraordinary things in this. So mainly like creating alliances, working on public-private collaborations, it was like essential in our like journey. And today, like something that I already believe in, it is like your network is your net worth, and your partners is your net worth also. So we've been working a lot on the technology side and keeping remaining in the cutting edge of the technology, which is vital for us in order to be able at the top what we deliver in terms of technology. But the most important this is to be able to simplify this to the farmers level, so they can understand it, they can like actually use it in the daily basics. Daily basics operations. So actually I will end by this, because like today our vision is to be able to sustain the future of farming by empowering farmers around the globe with accessible, senseless and trustworthy technology, by promoting sustainable and efficient cultivation to strengthen local ecosystem and communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Amira, for interesting topic, really, in a sector where the world is suffering, which is food, water, and partners here, or participant here also mention about healthcare. Let us move to Hela, if available with us.
Hela,
I believe,
yes, I'm here.
yes.
Aslema. Hello.
Ahlan. Welcome.
Thank you. Can I share my
for you, and please
yes,
share this.
Is Amira leaving?
Amira is leaving, yes.
Yes, okay, go ahead, Hela.
Okay, one moment. I just trying to share. Okay, thank you, Dr. Hannah Jimbarki, for the invitation, for giving me this opportunity to be here today. I'm happy that so many of us could make it today. And let me introduce myself. I'm Hela Cherif from Tunisia. I'm a lawyer at the Cassation Court, also a consultant, a trainer, and a mediator. I'm here today to talk about my project, Immersive Mediation Center, and about immersive mediation as a whole. But first thing first, who among us have never been through a conflict in any kind, personal or professional? I guess all of us have to deal with conflicts. That's the purpose of my project. The purpose is that I want today to focus on is the future of the conflict resolution and the augmented reality. I have divided my talk into 4 main parts. First of all, I will speak about the assessment and funding regarding conflict resolution. After that, I will explain why immersive mediation center it matters via our services, and then I will move on the market opportunity for immersive mediation center, and finally we will have a look together to the journey ahead. By this I mean our future vision. And if you have any question, I would be pleased to answer them in the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Hela. Sorry, if you just need to click the presentation mode, so that will be in a full screen.
It's not in a full screen?
No, can you click the icon at the bottom, which is the presenter mode?
Because for me it's in full screen.
No, can you click the edit, enable editing, the message appear on top of your presentation?
In the top?
Yes. Okay. Enable editing. Or Hela, if you can just close the sharing screen and open it again, please.
Okay. Okay. Control. Okay. So. Full screen now. Plus. Okay. In the top or in the bottom?
Now I'm still seeing one screen only, which you shared only one file, the presentation.
Okay. I will move to the another one. Is it okay?
Yeah. Can you close the sharing and reopen it again?
Close and open it. Okay.
Close PowerPoint and reopen it again.
Okay. One moment to escape. Okay. Is it okay?
No, still I'm seeing
Not yet?
the same screen. I request control.
Okay, so
give me the control.
I will be back in the full screen now because it's not in full screen, and now I will be back to full screen. Is it okay?
No, you are doing zoom in and zoom out. This is not the full screen. Can you see the bottom? Can you see the bottom of the file? The first icon to the right. You click the first icon to the right.
To the right? Yes, so this is
the first icon. At the bottom
first
right.
item.
The bottom right, yeah.
Yes.
Hela, I'm sorry. If you can give me the control.
Yes, it's okay. Give you.
Did you see the message? Please accept the control so that I can
accepted the control already.
Okay, can you share the screen again?
Okay.
Okay, can you click the yellow button in here on top? Can you click the X? Okay, now you are on full screen mode.
It's okay? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so we begin with talking about the assessment and the funding regarding the conflict resolution. What we noticed is of my 23 years as a lawyer that there is inefficiencies in a traditional conflict resolution. So we need for practical training we need to practice beyond the theoretical knowledges. And we have the desire for accessible and customized mediation solution. Conventional conflict resolution is often drawn out and expensive process in our country, and I think in the other countries also, constrained by theoretical approaches that may not translate well into practical skills. This gap leaves professionals like me ill prepared for the complexities of real world disputes. So my project is regarding immersive mediation center is to introduce the transformative solution, a VR-driven mediation training program designed to bridge the gap between the theory and the practice. We harness the power of immersive virtual reality to stimulate and intricate real-life conflicts, providing an interactive and engaging learning environment. When it comes to our services at the mediation, so at the Immersive Mediation Center, we are pride ourselves on providing. sorry. When it comes to our services, at the Immersive Mediation Center, we pride ourselves on providing a suite of services designed to meet the evolving needs of the conflict resolution in the modern era, from in-depth mediation training programs that cover the gamut from foundational principle to complex negotiation tactics. So our training models are meticulously developed to carry participants from the foundational aspects of mediation to the subtleties of intricate negotiation scenarios. We are recognizing that each conflict is unique for the conflict and also for the parties that are involved in these conflicts. We provide bespoke mediation services tailored to the nuances to the dispute at hand. Our experienced mediators facilitate a process that respects the individuality of each case. Our commitment in this center is our commitment to accessibility drives us to offer both on-site and virtual mediation services. Why? Because this dual approach allows us to extend our expertise across borders, delivering high-quality mediation to a global audience. Why Immersive Mediation Center matters? It matters because it impacts on business efficiency with a proven conflict resolution strategies. It matters because it's strengthening interpersonal relationship through effective communication. It also matters because it's promoting peaceful and constructive dialogue in a professional settings. When it comes to the market opportunity for our project, it's in an increasingly interconnected world. The demand of swift and efficient dispute resolution is escalating. Businesses and individuals alike seek methods to resolve conflicts that minimize cost, time, and emotional toll. Virtual reality technology has only begun to scratch the surfaces of its potential application in professional trainings and development. Our innovative VR-based approach stands at the forefront of this wave, opening up untapped opportunities in industries ranging from real estate to healthcare, where immersive training can revolutionize how skills are acquired and honed. Our potential partnership with educational and leagues also is an opportunity in the market because there is an immense potential for strategic alliances with educational and legal institutions. This partnership could foster advancement in VR training methodologies, integrate our program into formal curricula, and establish a new standard mediation training. About our vision in the future or our journey ahead, if I can say, so for scaling up is for us, Immersive Mediation Center envisions expanding its frontier, scaling up operation to extend our innovative VR mediation or VR mediation training globally. Our aim is to democratize access to high-quality conflict resolution education, making it available across continents and cultures, thus fostering a worldwide network of proficient mediators. We are also staying at the forefront of technological advancement because it's the key of our mission. We are committed to continuous investments in research and development, ensuring that our VR experience remains cutting edge. The Immersive Mediation Center is dedicated to raising the bar for mediation practices globally. We believe in setting new benchmarks for the industry, driving up standards and championing the adoption of immersive technology. Thank you for your attention. And I'm available if you have any question regarding our project. Thank you.
Thank you, Hela. I'm really interested to ask you if you can go back to the second slide, which is the services.
This one?
Yes. In which part in the services you are doing a preset of VR-based training program, and you are how you are solving conflict by VR technology? I really didn't get that type of services.
So the first service is training, and with VR. With VR, it means that we could have trainings with the people who are present in the rooms, and we could also have a training with VR. It means that people will leave the situation, and we can have also exams and have diploma as a mediator. This is the first side. The second side is the center is the center of mediation. It means resolution, amicable resolution of problems and of litigation. It means that it could be also possible to have mediation through internet, through a platform that we could, so people could not, who could not, for example, if it's international, for example, litigation, people could not go from one country to another. They can solve their problems via VR mediation.
Thank you, Hela, for the excellent presentation that you provide. Dr. Hanadi, did we miss any in our presentation? Everybody presented, yes? Your mic is closed, Dr. Hanadi.
Everybody is closing, and the remaining is now to make open discussions between the speaker. I think Professor Tom having some sessions with some client, and I think it's also Amira is leaving, and now is only the remaining. It's
Hela and myself.
Hela, just please explain for us: is this tools be implemented in the MENA or in Tunisian? Where will be implemented your tool for the VR?
Basically in the beginning in Tunisia, but it's tools that we can use everywhere, and it could be used in any country.
Yes, it will be used.
We just have to we just have to arrange things depending on the culture or on the law of the other countries, but it could be used everywhere.
Okay, and it will be at a university level for academic institutions or in education institutions?
It's in a center that have a contact with the minister of employment in Tunisia. It means it is a center that could give certificates in our country.
Okay, they issuing certificate, a diploma certificate
for trainings.
For trainings, to train the people on that.
Yes.
Perfect. Did you think this is the value added on the digital economy?
Yes, it is a value because of my 20, as I said, 23 years as a lawyer, I noticed that resolution of problems and of litigation in the tribunal, it costs a lot, and it's a long process. So and it doesn't make the peace in the society. I mean, also because I'm a lawyer for companies, I mean also inside companies. Sometimes the company is running, but problems with the shareholders or problem with people could stop this company, and it's really it's a pity that these companies are bankrupt, and because of misunderstanding between people for resolving their problems and their.
Are you facing any challenges on that by using these tools? And you solve those challenges? Excuse me, Hela?
I believe internet is cut with
Internet
Hela.
connections, maybe it's...
Yeah.
Can you give us your experience, Dr. Hassan? Specifically, you are having leading accelerator, technology accelerator, and you working in the AI and Six Sigma about the AI. Can we...
Yeah,
can
let
you
me
present your
have a talk.
experiences?
Let me have a talk and sharing a screen for financial or fintech technology and my experience on fintech technology. Of course, everybody know the fintech technology. I don't know if you can see the screen, the full screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
All right, great. I believe you know about fintech, or what do we mean by fintech. But let me highlight the principle out of financial services for fintech, or where they are targeting for. Within my experience, I can say that it is a secure to yourself, secure to your business management. Start early to gain the profits, in addition to have a flexibility of saving. And if you compare the traditional banking with the financial services, of course, fintech will give you in the technology more to solve more challenging, or the traditional business are facing more challenging, especially the banks with fintechs. Fintechs startups with innovation of digital services, the compliance with the regulation. You know, you have your internal law, or the state law, and you have international laws that you have to be compliant with. So the regulatory banks, or traditional banks, and financial services provider are really kept challenged with the technology to cope with the compliance, the regulation. Of course, the regular banks or financial services without technology are facing a high cost of maintenance and physical branch, where the new technology solve that type of challenge. In addition, of a way of changing customer preference, where we need of generation. For example, they were... Sorry, there are mics open. If you can close the mic. Of course, the fintech, or the technology with the innovation associated, they are more flexible to be coped or adopt any changing with customer preference. Where I highlight here more generations, especially Generation X, they are more tend to utilize the technology, in addition to have more automated service, and they are changing their preferences quickly. Technology give you the advantage for this. Of course, especially for entrepreneur, technology will provide you with more secure way of your financial services, from fraud preventer, security solution, and data privacy, instead of using manual workflow and automation. Fintech and the technology of innovation, of course, they are participating into more society, and more that what I call it unbanked people, like people not educated, for a few minutes, presenter for farmers, for technology without like networking. So such technology will help the economy to be growth, and financial stability, with the price also stability. Here is a proven what technology is insight from since 1990, for example. If you can see here, the green is showing the developed nations. and where the gray color is the person living without or an extreme poverty level, which is less than 1.25. You can see that technology increase within time in the history reduces the person living in extreme poverty, which means that technology is supporting even the poor people to get more and more flexible living area. I believe also the rise of intelligent or artificial intelligence into the technology, also supporting mobile banking with e-banking, biometric technology and cybersecurity, storage of the data, clouding, computer. A new possibility with the blockchain is the more trending factor within the next, I believe, the next few years from now. You can see the technology today, but I believe a full market share won't be the same in a few years from today. And of course, you know about the innovation. You know that what we call disruptive innovation and the technology, it gives you the advantage of this. You are disrupting the existing market to move on into the growth and your financial impact within your market share. And for example, you saw Netflix, you saw Tesla, you live Airbnb, you live an Apple technology, what did to that market. This is what we call it, disruptive innovation within the technology. The threats now, or the threaten and the challenge that for the technology you need to take care about: data breach, fraud, or phishing of your data, because this will eliminate the trust within your business as an entrepreneur. This is my advice. You need to focus, once you adopt the technology for any sector while you are working, be careful about your data and get in fraud. In addition, the challenge to be within your regulatory system within your market. I will give you just the last slide before we move to just a few points about Kuwait and how they are interested of using technology. This is a study conducted by KFAS in 2019, where more people are tend to use technology. If you can see that that population are fall between 15 to 39 years old groups who are adopt at emerging technology change. This is done by MBK in 2019. KFAS also study pointed out a number of interesting statistic findings that portion to the readiness of accepting fintech product and service, including mobile penetration, stand for 146%, relatively high than the most developed country, and the world average is 64. This is just a flavor about Kuwait. Also, Dr. Al-Hashil state that CBK issued comprehensive guidelines of establish a new digital bank has open and application process, which mean now we are moving from a traditional business in the banks to the an online banking sector in 2023, and the first bank established and published in Kuwait now in 2023. Thank you. I hope that I did give you a few slides and information about technology in Kuwait, in addition of my experience and the advance of using such technology. Let me just close the screen.
Great presentation, Dr. Hassan. Dr. Hassan is one of the leading in the technology accelerators, and he's supporting entrepreneurial and innovation ecosystem from their perspective, using the latest tools and techniques.